If you're all listening, then you must know that this is Radio Entrepreneurs, a show that talks about the entrepreneurial nature of life and tells stories of entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. I'm Peter Myerson. I'm sitting in for Jeffrey Davis, who I hope is somewhere good. And I am being helped today by my estimable producers, Chris Jarrell and Nathan Gobes, who will correct me if I say anything wrong. And our guests for this segment are Yosi Awad and Daphne Kramer, who are partners in, Yosi Kitchen.
Yes.
Is that the name of the organization?
That's the name, yeah.
It's great to have you both here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So why don't one of you tell us what Yosi Kitchen is?
Go ahead.
Yosi Kitchen is specialized in Middle Eastern food, kosher food, vegetarian, vegan. We started in 2008.
So you've been around for a while.
We've been for a while. We started as a caterer. In 2001, I was doing catering, and 2008 decided to do the brand, Yosi. Now, because I saw it like that. In 2008, I saw the need of the Middle Eastern food become more popular and more needed in the market. It was still hummus. Example was kind of people start talking about it more and more. But we wanted to show people the more authentic food and the more home cooking food. That's why we call ourselves kitchen, and not trying to stay as a kitchen, not as a manufacturing, as a big. And all our products really made from fresh ingredient, all natural. Everything is. We blend our spices. We squeeze our lemons from fresh lemon. We do anything to keep the products as fresh as we can and bring it to the stores.
So do you make your products yourself?
I'm myself too. Yeah, all our recipes are based on our home recipes. I'm originally come from Israel. My parents came from Yemen. We grew up on falafel. In Israel, we have every corner you have a falafel booth. Well, now you see it in America. Like if you go now, you see every corner almost falafel booth too. So
some of them are better than others.
Yeah, exactly. So we're very proud of our falafel. You can find it at Whole Food too. And we are very strong with Whole Food. We work with the North Atlantic region for many years, and we're growing with them. So basically, what we wanted to do is give people the fresh products, and like you taste it when you do it at home. That's.
So how did you get into Whole Foods? I mean, it's not an easy task.
It's not. In 2008, I decided to do that. So I said, okay, I'm gonna because I know local become very. People was looking for local. So I said, I didn't even have the packaging, nothing. I went into the store, and I live in West Hartford, so it was one store there. I lay out the products. There was a nice guy there by the name Mike Sweeney. They look at me, they say, like, you crazy. Because I had no labels, no nothing. I just say, look, this food have to be here, at the stores. You guys, we had the niche of kosher food too. It's something where the community needed too. And then they explained me, no power, as long as you come with the right labels, with everything, with the nutrition, they start direct me to what I need to do. It took us a year to get to that. We worked on 2008. We worked very strong to create the products, the packaging, and all the labeling. And in the end of 2008, we launched it to one of the stores in West Hartford.
Whole Foods?
Whole Food, yeah. and
I mean, I guess it was a smaller store before Amazon bought it, but
yes, it was, before
I don't know
Amazon,
if you can call
definitely.
it small.
It was really one store there in the beginning. It was there was two stores in the area. So I brought in, we start selling the products there. We do the demo. We start introducing to people. People was very interested. It was going very well. It took us 5 years from there, to kind of Whole Foods recognize what we're doing and understand, there is a niche for that, because we are in a section of grab and go, where they prepare food, and after 5 years, regional decides they'll bring us into all the stores. We are about 43 stores. And
so you're in 43 stores
we are
now?
in 43 stores in the region. Yeah, we cover from Maine, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Boston, and part of Connecticut. The challenge is, to go from that level to go to 43 stores. You start, you gotta spread, how you're gonna keep the small batches, keep the
Well, it requires a lot of product.
require, and we have a big line for that, and
Well, it's kind of why I asked you whether you made your own. I mean, you're sort of backing into the original question I asked,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, do you have somebody fulfilling for you?
we have people. We hire people to help us. Yeah, I have a head chef. We have a sous chef. We have.
So you do the
We
cooking.
do our own.
We
You
do.
do
We
your
do our
own.
own.
We do our own
don't use
cooking, yeah.
any
Yeah.
other company to produce for us. Yosi, we are trying to keep it family style, because this is how it all started. When we started, it was a catering, like he said, and he had a really good name in the area for his wonderful food that he used to make. And when we met, I was a baker. I'm still am. And this is how we decided that maybe we should combine it together and do the catering business. While we were doing the catering business, he came with the fact that, we do need to go wholesale and try to do stuff. And I want to tell you that until today, I do not believe that he got into all food. I think the only reason is that he's so annoying that they try to get rid of him. So they said, okay, we'll try your product. But he did it for us, and we're very proud of him.
I'm willing to bet that that's not the reason. My guess is somebody
The-
tasted it and
the
found it
food
very
is-
fresh.
The food is amazing, because the food we still, as today, we make it, and we make it like we used to make it in our house when we had all our Israeli friends coming over for the holidays and the other stuff, because that's what we love to do. We love to give you food that we will give to our family and our friends.
It's another thing, like a hummus. Hummus today in the market is very big, and we stick to the hummus to try to get it to the point where it's very, very authentic. If you try a hummus, you'll understand that only by trying that, and you compare it with other brand. It's if you put the fresh lemon, we cook our own chickpeas. You do stuff like that where it's much different when you taste the hummus. You have to try it in order to understand that.
Yes.
So this is the
Well, my wife shops Whole Foods all the time, and we're in Newton, and I'm
okay.
sure we can find your product, and we will definitely try it. I mean, it's a difficult job to start. I mean, it's interesting. It's taken you 10 years.
Yes.
I mean, I think that's a typical kind of time frame.
It's a typical time frame. I knew that, and I feel it too. It's a very, even by now, we're trying to expand. We're trying to become more efficient, and that's the hard time now. This is the hard time when you're trying to jump that hoop and try to become.
Well, that's what I was that was the next question I was going to ask you, which is,
Investment.
where do you go? I mean, you're distributing within a region.
Yeah.
Can you distribute nationally? Can you distribute to other, food stores?
So we do
Stop
that
and Shop,
already
I
with
mean-
some other. We are in some Stop and Shops already. We are
Interesting,
in
okay.
some Big Ys. We
Ys.
are in. We work with other distribution to push the product. The challenge is there's a shelf life for the products, and because we don't use any preservative, the shelf life is not. So they are very challenged how you bring the product. So every time when I look at it, people have to understand this is a product where it come, we make it and we ship it. And you have, some products you'll have 15 days, some products you'll have 20 days, some products you have a week. So the challenge is really when you go to distribution, they all want,
Longer shelf
the
life.
longer shelf life.
Yeah, sure.
And that's where our challenge, how we change and how we stay the same and how we grow the dates to be more, and that's our challenge to grow. And then there is, I all the time explain, even the produce. In the produce business, you have to bring it in the next day, and ship it and do that. So it's the same idea. It have to be the same idea. Anybody who understand about fresh products, that's how you gotta ship it and create it. And Whole Food is great about it. They are very good about doing stuff like that.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's sort of similar. Your problem is sort of similar to that of a restaurateur
Yeah.
who wants to set up a whole bunch of restaurants, and then they lose control because it's not just one restaurant with, 50 seats. It's 8 restaurants with 150 seats each. I mean, and the distribution process is entirely different, I think. And I've never been convinced that a restaurateur with a 60-seat restaurant shouldn't just keep that restaurant, do nothing else. And the same thing. I mean, it's you always want to grow. The question is it a good business decision? And that's really the.
I think it's a good business as long as you do the right steps and you find the right partners, you find the right, to do this with you, to grow with you, to make it big. Because even if you look at the big companies, everybody, if Whole Food was they're looking for partner, they found Amazon. Everybody want to grow. Everybody want to grow and fix their problems by that. And we might be small company, very small company, but that's the challenge for us really to find the right people and trying to grow and to help us to get to that level. Because I think the need for that, there's no doubt. There's what's what people want today. Entrepreneur, if you call it, we really want to be like on that, to feel, I want to feel like people enjoying my food, and stay the same and not changing the product by going to co-packers and going to, because no matter what, you're going to go to co-packers, your product not going to be the same. It's changing. It's a different.
Well,
method.
that was sort of the original question.
Yes.
Which Daphne answered, which is you pack it without preservatives.
Yeah.
It has a quick shelf life, and the question really is how do you manage this? I mean, if a venture capital guy came in and said, here's $5 million, would it solve the problem?
It will solve a lot of problems.
Well, that always solves problems. But would it solve the food distribution problem?
I think it will, because it will give you a lot of option to become efficient and how you push the products and how you want to do it. And it will, I really believe it can solve that problem if you find the right people to come and invest in you and get to the next level. We ship, even I ship some products we have frozen. So like falafel, we can freeze. And we ship it all over the state. We go to Florida with that. We have, people in, California. And so we are shipping stuff like that. But I'm talking about if it's fresh product, then you cannot do stuff like that. But we have a big area. We start getting to New York now, slowly. And yeah, there is challenges on that, how you're going to bring it to, I'm trying not to become a distribution company. Because distribution, it's another job, it's another section. So we work with the distribution. So we ship with another distribution to another one, and that's how we work. The main thing about that, it's the efficiency when I talk about, it's really building your place where you can just make the products and ship them right away out of the door,
Yeah,
without waiting.
It's a tricky thing. So Yosi and Daphne, if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, I could carry on this conversation all day.
Yes.
The problem is we're sort of running out of a little time. So if somebody wanted to get a hold of you to talk about these things, how would they reach you?
They can.
Oh, wait, just a second. First of all, to add something, We have a beautiful business plans asking about the 5 million, and we work with that. And until now, it proved to be the right one. So if we'll get our hands on investment, the opportunity that we have are to the skies. And you can also, I would like to just mention that we still a catering business. We do both of the things, wholesale and catering. We have a beautiful menu for the holidays that coming up. We also have lunch takeout. We have other services that we do. Our food is amazing. And I think you can reach us either in the website or...
You can reach us from at Yosi at yosikitchen.com, or you can call 860-688-6677. And anybody who wants to reach me can reach me on my cell too. I'll give you the cell.
Go
It's
ahead.
860-805-0146.
Well, that was a very interesting interview for me, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope our listeners, if anybody's got a lot of money they want to invest,
Yeah.
they should call. This is Peter Myerson, and we've been talking with Yosi Awad and Daphne Kramer, and we will be back after the next break.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.